Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing today? This is Papa Snow here, also known as Anthony Snow, the HR Director of the JFWW Network here in Guyana. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very serious discussion this morning. It is one that I am bringing fully to the public's attention because I do believe that even though it is something that I don't like to deal with, I think that it is important to lead by example. Now, not too long ago, I received a complaint from a young lady stating that someone that is pretty close to me, someone that I worked with, someone that I consider a good colleague, someone that I even called a brother, has approached a young woman in a manner in which I feel is illegal, in a manner in which I feel is extraordinarily disrespectful to that young woman's character. And at the same time, I think it is very disrespectful that anyone associated with me would conduct themselves in such a manner toward any woman, much less a young woman. I am greatly disappointed in what I have heard today. I have reason, believe it or not, to believe that the allegation is correct. So it's not to say that I am not going to agree with this young woman, but I do have reason to believe that this allegation is very, very on point. And if this is the case, I do believe that all guilty parties must be brought to justice, even if it is somebody that I know that is close to me. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no such thing as accepting bad as if it is good. We cannot do that. I often come here and I tell people right is right and wrong is wrong. And I often talk about the corruption within various areas of our country where people have friends. And because people have friends, they tend to, their friends tend to cover their actions. Well, let me tell you this. I'm not here to cover anyone's sins. Right? I'm here to call a spade a spade. Even if it means it's somebody very close to me that has done this crime. I consider it a crime. At this particular moment, because we have an investigation that is currently, as soon as I received that phone call, an investigation has automatically been launched into the issue. The person that would have came to me with the complaint has already been advised to take her complaint to the police department. In relation to this matter, I find it to be a criminal offense. Let me outline the allegation for you without saying names, ladies and gentlemen. It has been brought to my attention that someone that I know had employed a young lady. After employing this young lady, the allegation states that this person, this gentleman, would have made a sexual pass at this young lady, making statements that about his wife and all sorts of things, not minding and I found this to be so upsetting. So upsetting. I am also very much against business people wanting to drink and get drunk with their staff and other people at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, I have daughters, right? Some of my daughters are in college right now. They're going to be going out into the workplace soon. And Lord forbid anyone ever tries to take advantage of my children. I can deal with the case. I wouldn't let that one slide, right? So, It's a serious thing. So, as I continue with the allegation is this man made sexual passes at this young woman. After she refused the passes, the gentleman fired the young woman and still has not even paid her. Yeah. Let me tell you what. I've seen shit like this happen before in Guyana, and I was not in a better position to do more for the victims. I'm not quite in position yet to help all victims in the country, but from my position as the HR director here in the network, there are certain sanctions that I can lay against people who I found to be associated to this type of behavior, and at the same time allow the police and the proper authority to do their jobs. Once again, I have notified the victim and advised the victim to go to the police station and make her reports while we continue to investigate this matter. Ladies and gentlemen, in the name of transparency, whether me and this person is good or not, I don't think me and this person going to be good after today. I can tell you that much, because if he's found guilty, we going to hang you up. Right? I'm going to skin you out. I'm going to put his stuff out there. Because, just very, very, very upsetting. Extraordinarily upsetting. But it is what it is. And this is something that I often try to tell our president. I try to tell it to our vice president. I try to tell it to all of our leaders. Even if you at the top wishes to do the best that you could possibly do, you still require team. You still require assistance. You have people who are under you. You have people who are associates, people who are connected to you, people who you are doing business with. And at the same time, if they do nonsense, it can pull you down simply because you're associated. Right? This will end up being a perfect example. This will end up being a perfect example of what you need to do when you have people who are not doing their part, who are ineffectively working or inappropriately working, or persons who are condoning corruption, or persons who are within offices or any other major area, breaking the law, doing what they shouldn't do, damaging people, and then thinking because they know people, they can get away with it. I am not here to cover anyone's sins. Jesus Christ came to do that. I came here to hang those who have been destroying our country and attacking our people from within. That is what I have come to do. Many people don't understand it. You see, when you do your part to walk this life and hold your integrity and try your best to be a good person, it often means that you may end up walking this road with very few friends or associates. Why? Because right is right and wrong is wrong. And in our country, especially in levels of leadership in other areas, there needs to be people who can keep things extraordinarily fair and protect the rights of our people from all levels in society. I have, and I always will be, an advocate for women's rights because I'm a father, I'm a brother, I have a mother, right? And these things take precedence over politics, religion, and all of these other things that people talk about. There's a certain degree of standards that we as Guyanese, must maintain. And I will tell you this, sexual misconduct in the workplace needs to stop, and it needs to stop now. Too many of our young women have been treated like whores and prostitutes simply because they want to get a job. That is so I find that to be so sick and twisted. And I do believe the persons who do that, right, should be considered sexual predators, and they should not be working in companies. They should not be in any position that requires them to deal with people of the opposite sex if they don't know how to keep their pee-pee in their pants, or they don't know how to control their so-called desires. I believe that these people are problematic in society. They add to the hurt and pain that we as a nation are already going through. And I hope the man that I know, I hope he's listening to this very carefully. Because within the course of the next hour, I'm making a call to his wife. Because it is also my belief that his wife is also a victim in this whole bullshit. And I hope he understands by doing this, he did not just victimize the young lady or his wife. He victimized his goddamn children. He victimized his name. He victimized everyone associated with him. You are a selfish bastard if you are found guilty of this. And I myself will string you up in public, dude. Very, very perturbed by this situation. That is not the first thing I needed to hear on a Monday morning. But it is what it is. And it shall and will be addressed. Because at the same time, it is unfair. I cannot know that anyone is trying to do that to somebody's girl child. To somebody's girl child. Boy, you don't know how bad I want to call you name right now, you know. But I ain't calling you name yet. Let the investigation happen, and then let the newspapers put your name out there. Let the police put your name out there. If this is proven to be true, you do know that me and you are going to be enemies from now on, right? You'll probably be in jail, but me and you are going to be enemies. If not jail, it will probably lead to divorce if nothing else led to it. You're about to have a very, very, very hard time in your life simply because you could not control. Simply because you could not control yourself. You are a big man. You are a big man. Shame on you if this is true. Shame on you. I am just... You see why I don't keep much friends, ladies and gentlemen? You see why I don't keep too many people around me? You see why every time someone comes to see me, it has to be screened, it has to be checked. People think this life is easy. Right? That could have been my daughter. That could have been the man. Hey, I tell you. But I think it needs to be addressed. There's too much boss man in this place. Too much boss man in this place. Just get away with it. I see it as someone trying to take advantage of a girl who is coming out of poverty. That is how I see it. I don't know about anyone else. Right? right? I don't know about anybody else, but I see this to be really screwed up. And it's not something that I will tolerate. But I will make sure that this young lady gets justice if it is all proven. Up until this point, it is just an allegation. But I, in my own right, know this person. And I cannot lie to save somebody from their own indiscretions. For everybody who is guilty of a sin, one day you must answer to that sin. You must answer for it. And it's hard. So to the gentleman involved in this scenario, you're probably about to learn how hard it could get. I think this will be your wake-up call. So I hope you're watching. And I hope you're thinking about what's coming your way. See, police reports should take about a half an hour to hour. I hope you see what's coming your way very shortly. And don't worry, you can't run away from it. Because if you only run, they're going to put your picture up. They're going to put everything where you can catch you. I need you to sit here and face this allegation. If you're guilty, you will have to deal with the consequences of your action. If you're innocent, vice versa. Fair is fair. Right is right. And wrong is wrong. See, the Bible tells you, ladies and gentlemen, that in order to serve God and do what is right in this life, you must be willing to chop off your own arm and dig out your eye if necessary. How many people are willing to go through all of that? Well, let me tell you what. I'm willing to chop my whole body in half to bring about the right thing. Because I know once I do things correctly in front of my God, this body is nothing. I could chop it in half. I could chop it in a million pieces. Provided I did the right thing, my God will repair me and make me even better. Because I was willing to take that poison that was close by and get it far away from me. It is extraordinarily important that we all do the same. If we know people around us are guilty of something and they have been doing wickedness, we cannot hide and cover their sins unless you wish to bear their burden. Right is right. And wrong is wrong. So to the person, right? I hope you're ready to explain your whole situation. I've already sent a message to your wife to pull all your car keys, pull all your ID, everything, just in case you try to run away from this one, right? So I just want you to know, I've already sent a message to your wife. And she has already withheld all your documents. Everything that you need to run has been moved. You can't run nowhere. You're going to have to answer this one. I guarantee you're going to have to answer this one. Because I'm sure your wife is very, very upset at this moment. Right? Just understand that very shortly today, you will be visited by some gentlemen, more than likely from CID. And you will have to answer some questions. Oh, definitely. And if it's proven that she is fabricating the story, she will also have to go to jail for defamation of character and for trying to sabotage someone. However, at the same time, I will tell you, I'm an honest man. And because of that, I have seen areas and incidents where this matter could be true. Now, I wasn't there, so I can't say yeah and I can't say nay. But I'm not stupid. And I'm smart enough to know that this shit happens in Guyana. And I know that in this life, you can't put your neck on the block for nobody. Sometimes the people that you think will never do anything are the bad ones. And sometimes you look at somebody and you think, that's a really bad person. Turns out that's a good person. Right? Can't judge a book by its cover. But you could definitely judge it by the words that are written on those pages. Right? So I know today I'm losing a friend. But I think I'm losing it for the right reason. Because if that person is doing something like that, then they're not worth being my friend. Nor are they worth being in any type of supervisory or managerial position or anything that deals with the life and the psychological well-being of anyone else. That person needs help. And I think law enforcement might be the appropriate people to give that person help. They have their ways. So in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, wanted to put this out there, and I will continue to follow up with this. But the first thing, one, to protect the victim's identity. I'm not saying names. Two, to protect the, I should say alleged victim, because it has not been proven yet. Two, to protect the character of the individual. Certain things have to be, held back. Also, to protect myself from being sued. Because even bad people, right, can turn around and sue you for telling the truth. The law is a funny, funny thing, It's a funny, funny thing. So I would allow the newspapers to bring it out first. And then I will touch on it. Right? So to the person who is accused of this matter, you better get your shit straight real fast. Real fast. Because also, there's witnesses. Which makes it even more compelling. Sorry. It's just let me put it that way. Don't want you telling stupid lies now. You got to tell good ones. Believable ones. Because even when the truth come out now, people ain't going to watch it like that, right? So I just want you to know. Right? If this is the case, this is all of the side effects that come with sexual misconduct in a workplace. Especially if you're an employer, if you are in management, you got young people working for you. You got women working for you. Why, man? Why? Oh, why? Y'all can't get girlfriend? What happened? All the whorehouses in this country, people, you can't find a couple dollars. I know you make money. You make damn good money too. Right? It is very, very sad. It is very, very sad that I must wake up on a Monday morning and hear something like this. But it is also part of my duty to be my brothers and sisters' keeper here. And if I see anybody being violated, to bring it to the knowledge and the attention of the public, and to be as transparent as possible when handling this matter. Now, some persons might say, Mr. Snow, so why did you come out here and say this now instead of letting the investigation go forward? Well, let me tell you why. I did this here to keep myself in check. Do you know why? Because the person accused is somebody that I considered a real good friend, such a good friend. I call him a brother. So I do this video here to remind myself as well when my brother comes crying to me and saying, please don't, so that even I don't feel bad and withdraw the punishment that he has to get. This is how things should be done, with full integrity. This is to keep me from feeling bad for you. When it's time for you to pay the piper, I will have to turn my face. Because I often tell people, who is your family? Who is your friends? Not those who do as you do? Well, let me tell you what. I don't do the stunt. I don't do the nonsense at all. So anybody doing that, me and you can't be family. We can't be friends. Even my enemies have more class and dignity than to do such low-minded things. I expect more from people associated to me. I expect a higher degree of integrity from those who wish to be in any type of leadership role. If you do not have your own self-respect, your own discipline, you shouldn't be there. So it's part of my duty to ensure that you are not in any position like that ever again if this proves to be true. And I have a great... Let me just tell you, it looks like it might be true in my opinion, just personally speaking. I ain't lying for nobody, right? So, you know, I ain't got time to play them games, right? I ain't lying for nobody, right? Yeah, it is what it is. Whoever head got a rule, it gonna rule. Right? So don't come and tell me, hey, why you do it? Why I do it? Why you do that? Why you do that? That could have been my daughter, my buddy. And it would have went down real different. I would have shot you. I wouldn't even have, I would have just rolled up to you and I would have put one in you. Right? So if I would do that based on my daughter, you know what? Let me tell you something. I got to treat everybody child the same. I got to treat everybody child the same. All these people need protection. That's somebody girl, child, my buddy. So to each his own. Right? And I'm sorry, man. Can't help you here, you know. Spoke to, hey. Can't help you here. I will tell you one thing though. Out of mercy, if they let me, I would execute you fast. I wouldn't make it long and painful or delays, you know, if you're found guilty and they say death, you know, I would do it pretty quick. I would have mercy. Right? But the guilty must still pay. Because if we don't make the guilty pay for their crimes, we will have total chaos. And we don't need chaos. We need order, we need balance, we need security. Especially for the women in our country. They've been victimized too much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Please share this. Let all sexual predators in this country know that we're going to hunt them down. We're going to stay away from them. So far, we're going to find them. And if you're a woman and you have been violated in your workplace and you have a complaint and you would like to lodge your complaint, you would like people to investigate the matter, maybe your voice has not been heard because the boss man got a little power or got a couple friends, send me a message. We do have some people who are willing to do counseling with you. We do have people available who are willing to talk with you and try to see how we can help you get yourself back on your feet. Also, at the same time, if you are a talented young woman and you have business sense, I will help you start your own business so that you are no longer victimized by the wickedness of some of these perverted jackasses out there. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. This is Papa Snow, being his brother and his sister's keeper. Thank you.